comes with unmatched vibes till this day. Diamond and Pearl, banger. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, banger. Black and White, a new creature of the games, stagnating, that created arguably the series' peak in terms of storiness and freshness, banger. And finally Black and 2, a mix of that freshness with the familiarity of the previous games, banger. Game Freak took everything they learned from the simplicity of the Game Boy era and innovated perfectly. Diamond and Pearl created so many quality of life improvements you wouldn't believe they were 2 years apart from the Fire Red and Leaf Green games. Platinum improved upon that. Then we had Pokémon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, arguably the best games in terms of polish and replayability. These games were the remakes at their peak. Fighting against Team Rocket never felt so good, and the presentation of Ho-Oh and Lugia was brilliant, as well as the battle against Red on Mount Silver, which was perfect in the new era. These games took the foundations of Pokémon and created polished masterpieces. However, the era wasn't just implicit in stagnating the franchise. Game Freak took new changes and brought about Pokémon Black and White. The freshest game of all, Black and White was unrecognisable at the time. 150 new Pokémon, and those were the only usable ones throughout the story. There wasn't teams filled with Gyarados, Magneton and Lucario, staples that were used in all of the previous games. Instead, Game Freak sought to make their new Pokémon mainstays and have a proper effect on the franchise, which is why Pokémon such as Hydreigon, Amoonguss and Crocodile remain fan favourites to this day, with many more also. These games were a perfect refresh, but we also got fan service in the second release of Unova. For those who wanted to use older Pokémon in the region, and that's what makes this region so great. There is 2 entirely different ways to play the region, and 2 entirely different sets of Pokémon for you to enjoy. Ultimately, these games are great. They are the perfected Pokémon formula before the 3D era had to be introduced, and that's why these games remain on top till this day.
Champion of the world!
That's my ranking. Let me know what you think in the comments, and like and subscribe.
Pikachu, Pikachu.